Hayes, we have another trade. Oh, not off to a good start. The Winnipeg Jets have acquired Kevin Hayes from the New York Rangers. Now, this is a pretty big deal because I think it's going to get things moving today because Mark Stone is the big name out there. If you want a big player, he's mean, he's good at both ends of the ice. That's your guy. That's the number one. Probably the biggest trade chip available today. Wayne Simmonds is another guy who's out there, another guy who's pretty tall, has got some size, got some meanness. Kevin Hayes hasn't been mentioned nearly as much, but his name has been out there a little bit, and obviously for good reason. He was traded today. So what's the full trade? The Winnipeg Jets get Kevin Hayes in exchange for a first-round pick, Brendan Lemieux, and a conditional fourth. So a lot about this trade makes sense, okay? The Jets want to get better down the middle. They want to get bigger. Okay, I get that. Paul Stastny worked out quite well for them last year. Here's what I don't get. First round pick. Okay, yeah, that's the cost of doing business this year. Every team seems to be asking for a first round pick. That makes sense. Brendan Lemieux, okay, young player, sort of along the same line of Kevin Hayes, at least in terms of build. He's big and mean, I get that. The conditional fourth? I hate when people say conditional pick because that doesn't describe anything. So here's what it is. The Rangers get a conditional fourth round pick from the Jets if the Jets win the Stanley Cup. Listen, would you give up a fourth round pick in exchange for the cup? Of course you would. I'm amazed these sort of deals don't happen more often. Just put a condition in there where, hey, we get an extra second, maybe even next year's first, if you win the cup. What team is going to say no? If you're going to say no, what are you making the trade for then, huh? I thought you were in this to win this. Did you think you were going to win the cup? Of course you did. That's why you called me today. But I just want to know how late in the process this happened. Like is it 5 minutes before the trade call goes through? All right, here's the trade. You like it? Yeah, sure, sounds good. And we want a fourth round pick if you win the Stanley Cup. Fine. Sort of burying the lead there, though. The Jets, who are already a Stanley Cup contender, in my opinion, get a lot better. Last year, Kevin Hayes sort of made himself into the goals guy. He had 25 goals and just 19 assists, but that has never been the case at any other point during his hockey career. He always gets more assists than goals, and he has this year as well. Also maybe noteworthy, in 34 games, it's surprising for a big guy, he's only got 2 playoff goals, the last one coming in 2015. But Hayes is going to have a ton of weapons in Winnipeg. We saw the sort of ridiculous numbers that Paul Stastny was able to put up during the playoff run last year. The cost, that's for down the road. I get that. Right now, if you're a Jets fan, you should be excited because the Jets just got a lot better. But are they still in on Mark Stone, though? I don't know. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much.